Hello and welcome to the Roundup. I'm Jude Binkley here with my co-host
Aria Damavandi.
and today we will be previewing the divisional round matchups of the NFL playoffs. So our first matchup on Saturday afternoon at 1:30 on NBC is between the Colts and the Kansas City Chiefs. How do you feel about this game, Aria?
I think the Colts have a lot of momentum coming out of their win against the Houston Texans in Houston, which gives them a lot of confidence going into Kansas City. And we all know how hard it is to play in Kansas City at Arrowhead Stadium, and the Colts are coming in hard with Andrew Luck, who's a potential MVP candidate, and also on the other side of the ball, Patrick Mahomes, which we saw nonstop highlights of him. So that'll be an interesting matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the whole dynamic with Luck and T.Y. Hilton, that's really the Colts' bread and butter. And Frank Reich has done a great job as his first year as head coach. Like you said, a 21-7 victory over the Texans in the wild card round. And because of that, and I think just a little bit special of what this Colts team has, I think they are able to pull off the upset. The Chiefs are favored in this game, 5.5.
Yes, I think also the run game with Marlon Mack will benefit the Colts a lot more. It's us to be able to balance out the RPO action.
So who do you have in this game, Aria?
I think the Colts will upset the Kansas City Chiefs.
All right. Both of us going for the upset. The second game on Saturday in the evening at 5:15 on Fox is between the Cowboys and our Los Angeles Rams. Thoughts?
I think the Rams are well rested. Todd Gurley's rested. The second half of the 49ers game, they rested a lot of players, so that could be a huge boost. Rams are favored 7 on the line, which is the second highest line in the divisional round, which is very high against the Dallas Cowboys team, who beat a very good Seattle team at home last week in the wild card round. So that's going to be a really interesting matchup to look forward to. What do you think about
So rest is the biggest factor in this game. The Rams didn't have to play a wild card matchup. They're going to all be well rested. Really what you're going to be looking at this game is the matchup between Ezekiel Elliott and Todd Gurley, two superstar running backs who have had great seasons. But I really think the biggest factor in this game is the coaching. This isn't Sean McVay's first time around. He learned from his mistakes last year in their wild card loss. And because of that, I think the Rams pull off the win.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a close game in the beginning of the game. I think they're both going to find their identities in the beginning, and then once that carries on, then both of the teams will either go up or down. I have Rams winning 32-21 in the game.
All right, moving on to our matchups on Sunday at 10 o'clock on CBS. We have the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the New England Patriots, who are favored by 4.
I like this game a lot. This is going to be a really good game. This is probably my second favorite game in the week behind the Rams, just because it's another LA team, and it'll be really cool to see Phillip Rivers play Tom Brady, who's another Hall of Famer quarterback. Both of them are Hall of Famers. This is going to be in Foxborough, which would be an away game for the Chargers, but I think that Phillip Rivers could find a way to upset the Patriots. So I think Chargers would win 41-38. I think it's a high scoring game.
You've got it as a shootout.
Yeah, I got it as shootout right here.
I'm going to feel a little bit differently on this game. The Chargers beat the Ravens 23-17 last week, a team who really just kind of squeaked into the playoffs thanks to the Browns losing and some other things going on with the Steelers. I think the name of this game is going to be coaching. Belichick just really has all of the experience. He has all the knowledge, more so than Anthony Lynn. And because of that, I'm going to have to disagree with you and go with the Patriots victory. And our final divisional round game is Sunday at 1:40 on Fox between the Philadelphia Eagles and the NFC champion Saints. We're favored by 8.
I like the Saints going into this, and they have the largest line of the week. They're favored by 8. So I think the Saints will find a way to win just because it's their home and it's super hard to play in the Superdome. It's extremely hard to play a team that's that dynamic on offense and defense and on special teams. They're just really clicking on all three phases, and they have the coaching to go along with it with Sean Payton. So I have the Saints winning, and they will cover 8 points.
And last week, the Eagles barely beat the Bears. They got lucky off of a missed, which the NFL then ruled as a blocked kick. I think one of the most interesting things is these two teams met on November 18th, and the Saints blew out the Eagles 48-7. I don't think we're going to get a score like this time, especially with Nick Foles in. He does have some sort of uncanny magic, but I don't think that'll help them. I do think the New Orleans Saints will pull off a win.
All right, that'll wrap up the show. We'll see you next week with all the results of this divisional round weekend, and we'll see you for the next time. This has been Jude Binkley and Aria Damavandi, and this has been the Roundup.